Hi students, today we are going to see about electrostatics of conductors and dielectrics. And conductors means which conducts electricity and dielectrics means which do not conduct electricity. Suppose conductors at electrostatic equilibrium means the free electrons in a metallic conductor, they are not bound to the atom. So they are free to move on the surface of the conductor. So there is no net motion of the electrons along any particular direction, which implies that the conductor is in electrostatic equilibrium. That means electrostatic equilibrium means, suppose if we take this conductor, there is no free net motion of the electrons. So the electrons are in random motion. So in this state, this is said to be electrostatic equilibrium. That is, the electrons are not moving in a particular direction. And there are some properties of electrostatic equilibrium. The first one is the electric field is zero everywhere inside the conductor. This is true regardless whether the conductor is solid or hollow. So the electric field, when you take a conductor, the electric field is zero inside the conductor. Suppose if the electric field is not zero, then there will be a force on the mobile charge carriers due to this electric field. So if there is a force, then the charges will move on a net direction, that is a particular direction. But that is not possible. So the electric field is zero everywhere inside the conductor. This is the main point. The electric field is zero everywhere inside the conductor. Suppose if you take this is a conductor and the electrons are freely moving, and you apply some external field, and this indicates the external field. When the external field is applied, what happens? The free electrons accelerates to the left, causing the left plate to be negatively charged and the right plate to be positively charged. So as soon as electric field is applied, the electrons will move towards this left side and the positive charges will move towards the right side. So this will become negative charge and this will become positive charge. And because of that, these charges, another electric field is produced, which is internal electric field. So the process will go on as long as the external electric field nullifies the internal electric field. And so here, once the external electric field is nullified, the conductor is said to be in electrostatic equilibrium. So when the external electric field is equal to internal electric field, the conductor is said to be in thermostatic equilibrium, electrostatic equilibrium. And so here we have seen that electric field is zero. Next point, the net charge is also zero. There is no net charge inside the conductor. The charges must reside only on the surface of the conductors. So when you see this diagram, this is a conductor. The charges will be only on the outer side. Inside this, the charges will be zero. So the electric field is zero. Also, the net charge is zero. For this, you consider a Gaussian surface which is very close to this surface. So here, when you consider this Gaussian surface, the net electric flux is zero over the Gaussian surface because here the electric field is zero. So as the electric field is zero, the charge is also zero. And if some charges are given, the charges are immediately will reach the surface of the conductor. So even if some charge is introduced inside the conductor, it immediately reaches the surface of the conductor. The third point is the electric field outside the conductor is perpendicular to the surface of the conductor and has a magnitude of sigma by epsilon naught, where sigma is surface charge density at that point. That means when you consider this surface, the electric field will always be normal to this surface, and this has a magnitude sigma by epsilon naught, where sigma is surface charge density, and you know surface charge density means charge per unit area, and epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. And suppose the electric field will act like this. This has two components. One is perpendicular component, the other is parallel component. And the parallel component will accelerate the electrons on the surface of the conductor. And if this happens, the conductor will not be in equilibrium. So this is not possible. Only the electric field will act perpendicular to the surface. There is no chance for other parallel and perpendicular components. And electric field has magnitude sigma by epsilon naught just outside the conductor surface. And for this, you consider this diagram. This is an arbitrarily shaped conductor which is having positive charge. And this blue shaped cylinder is the Gaussian surface. And this Gaussian surface, electric field, as we have studied here, the electric field is normal to this surface and A is the area vector. And this cylinder consists of three parts. One is curved spot, the other one is bottom surface, and the third one is top flat. And when you see the curved part, the electric field is 0 here because the electric field is normal to the surface. So the curved part has 0 electric flux. Also the bottom part has no electric flux because inside the electric conductor the electric field is 0. So when you consider top flat surface, only this will contribute the electric flux. So when you consider three parts, curved part, bottom part and the top part, curved part and bottom part will not have any electric flux, whereas the top flat surface will contribute the electric flux. And here when you see the equation, EA is equal to, that is the flux is equal to EA is equal to sigma A by epsilon naught, because you know the formula phi is electric flux which is equal to EA, which is also equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. So in vector form you can write this as E vector is equal to sigma by epsilon naught into n cap, and you know n cap is a unit vector outward normal to the surface. If sigma is less than 0, the electric field points inward. This is the third point. And the fourth point is the electrostatic potential has the same value on the surface and inside the conductor. That means electrostatic potential is same everywhere. And if suppose there is no parallel electric component, the charges can be moved on the surface without doing any work. So this is possible only if this electrostatic potential is constant. So the main point is at electrostatic equilibrium, the conductor is always at equipotential. Otherwise, there will be the charges will move on the surface without doing any work. That is not possible. So these are the 4 points. And next we are going to see about electrostatic shielding. Shielding means, when you consider this diagram, suppose this is any closed surface. Inside, you know already inside the conductor the electric field is 0. So suppose if any component or anything is placed here, will experience only 0 electric field. So consider a cavity inside the conductor. So here this is a cavity inside the conductor. If you keep any electrical instrument or anything, it will not be affected by external electrical disturbance because this is electrostatic shielding. So a sensitive electrical instrument which is to be protected from external electric disturbance is kept in this cavity. This is called electrostatic shielding. And this is Faraday cage. Faraday cage means this is a cage. And here if anything kept inside this cage is unaffected by external lightning or thunder. And so this type of shielding from external electric field is called electrostatic shielding. Shielding means we are protected from external electric field. And next, suppose if there is any lightning, during lightning accompanied by thunderstorm, it is always safer to sit inside a bus than in the open ground or under a tree. So we suppose there is any lightning or thunderstorm, we should be inside a car or a bus. We should not be in open ground. The reason is the bus provides electrostatic shielding. So the bus will act as a protective layer for us because electric field inside the bus is 0 and the charges will flow through the body of the conductor to the ground with no effect on the person inside the bus. So this is a very important concept. As the electric field inside a conductor is 0, it is safer to be inside a car or a bus than in open ground or under a tree. This is called electrostatic shielding. And the next topic is electrostatic induction. Induction means we are inducing the charges but without any contact. This type of induction is called electrostatic induction. The type of charging without actual contact is called electrostatic induction. For this, a small experiment is done, and this is an insulating stand, and here this is a conductor, and you have, suppose a negatively charged rod is brought near the conductor without touching it. So in this first diagram, we are bringing a negatively charged rod towards the sphere, but we are not touching that, only the charges are induced. So when this is brought near here, the negative charges will be moved this side. So that negative charges will be here and the positive charges are near this rod. So the negative charge of the rod repels the electrons in the conductor to the opposite side. And before introducing the charged rod, the free electrons were distributed uniformly on the surface of the conductor and the net charge is 0. And before introducing this rod, the electrons are freely moving and random motion, but now the charges are separated. The positive charge is on this left side and the negative charges are in this right side, but the total charge is 0. Now the conducting sphere is connected to the ground. Now we are giving an earth connection to this, that is, it is grounded, that means it is connected to the earth. Then all the electrons will be moving towards the earth, that is moving, it removes the electron from the conducting sphere. So now here the positive charges are here and the negative charges are gone to the ground, and the rod is here and the positive charges are still in this place because here the negative rod is there. Suppose if the charged rod is removed, then the positive charges on this side, they are uniformly distributed here. So previously, before doing the experiment, the charge is here is 0, but now it is positively charged because we have induced the positive charge here. So when you see here, as soon as a charged rod is removed, the positive charges gets distributed uniformly on the surface of the conductor. And this is for uniformly shaped conductor. Suppose if an arbitrarily shaped conductor, the charge distribution is not uniform. That is, the distribution of positive charges is not uniform for arbitrarily shaped conductors. So this is about electrostatic induction. That is, we are inducing the charges without any contact with the surface. That's all.